Hi, everybody. Welcome back to some crazy adventures. So, once again, I'm trying to let people know a little bit where I come from. So, this is my second favorite place. Got this whole big lake almost to myself. Thank you, Lord. But, anywho, uh, this is pretty much what I want to do with the rest of my life, I guess. Go around, see beautiful places, meet beautiful people, and have good conversations with some folks in real life, not on the computer, and not just listening to what people on the computer say. It's so amazing that people will say some outrageous things, outrageous, just because they're on a computer. But will they really say that to your face or whoever the hell they're talking about's face? Not a fucking chance. But I guess that's what happens when you live in a soft society. I like to kind of call people on their bullshit. Bullshit, 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 right? I like to be goofy. I like to do fun things. Riding my motorcycle literally helps my brain. Just because I got to use all of it. And I haven't been in a wreck yet. Knock on wood. So, this is what it is. And I hope you guys want to go on this ride with me. I'll go all across the United States. 2 states I don't want to go to, or just can live without. But you'll learn more about that in the future. Life is beautiful. I want everybody to know that. There's a lot of bad in there. But by all means, let's go find some good. We talk about the bad, I guess, if you want to. By all means, I got an opinion on a lot of the bad things. For example, why is it every job I've ever had since 1997, we've been understaffed? Why is it? Now, I've worked in the restaurant business and factories. Not in either time, no time, were we fully staffed so that way everything ran as smooth as it could. Now, I ended up realizing that by 2004 solid, when I had my son. I was like, why is it I can't go get a job and they're like a fully staffed? Because now I gotta do 2 people's jobs. Sometimes 3, just to get the job done. So I started actually making it a mental note to ask the folks that's been at those jobs the longest. Sometimes they've been there for 30 years. The last job I had. And you know what? Every single person that's been at the job and their opinion doesn't actually process in my brain unless they've been at the job for at least 2 years. Like, I won't even ask that question to anybody. Every time they tell me it's because these damn kids don't want to do nothing. I'm like, okay, all right, fine. So how do we fix that? Because I'm tired of doing 2 jobs and not getting paid for it. I actually would have been happy if I was getting paid for doing 2 people's jobs. But nowhere in our country will that ever fucking exist. So then I started, like, I decided to go to college, got a degree in applied science, drafting, design specifically. I really like the architectural part of it, but then I'm stuck in these factories. So I started focusing, paying attention, and surprisingly enough, I took an ethics class. My professor was told he was going to die in about 6 months after, like, our class would have been done. And I'm like, why are you here? So I pay attention to people that tell me they're going to die in like less than a year, and they're actually okay with it, still going to work, teaching folks. But he taught me a lot about leadership. I know that because in order to get my final grade, most of the class was 1 grade, which was the final. And I had to rely on these fucking kids. Group project. Through that process, what they told me was C equals degree. And that's why they didn't want to put in the extra effort to get an A. So I fucking did everything. Because by the time I went to college, I wanted an A. Like, I wanted to go to school, I wanted to get good grades for the first time ever in my life. And now these kids are trying to hold me back from that. So I took it upon myself. I did everything. The last week of class, we had to give our presentations. No one in my group, they were all like 19 and 20. No one wanted to even give the presentation. So I'm like, okay, I'll do the presentation too. I want an A. So we gave the presentation. Right after that, packaged all my stuff up. Because I did 75% of it. All the work. To get an A. I went up to my professor, the man that was going to die this year. I sat next to him to watch the other presentation. I'm like, how was it? He looks at me, tells me, you worked hard. I was like, yeah. Is it an A? He said, that was an A presentation. I said, okay, so I'm going to get an A. He said, we'll see. Because there was some other grades that were involved. So I usually met with my professors for their office hours because I like them. I wanted to learn, and that's who's going to teach me, right? So I went to him the next office hours, and I'm like, hey, what'd I get? He said, you got a C. I said, a C? You told me that was an A presentation. He said, it was. I said, okay. So I know my other grades. I always showed up for class. I always went to the meetings, even when the other kids didn't. Like, what? He told me. He said a leader can't do everything. A leader needs to know how to encourage his team, because it's a team, to get the job done. You doing it, he said that's what this course was about, which it was an ethics class. I was like, what? I can't control what other people do. And I walked away fucking confused. And I pondered that shit because at the end of the day, I got a B. But I would have got an A if he would have gave me an A on the final, which was most of the grade. I was fucking pissed. I was angry. And I started looking at these kids the same way that most of these other people at the other jobs, they tell me the reason why is because these kids don't want to work. Sadly enough, I pondered what that dying man told me until I actually figured it out. And then I focused the rest of my life on trying to get better so that way I could better be a leader. I wanted to own my own business. You know what I'm saying? So I worked on that at every job with every person that was younger than me. If I wasn't able to, I tried to teach them as much as I could about what they have to do. I learned how to encourage them to try to do a good job. And at the end of the day, I tried to tell them the benefits that you get from trying to do the best you can do on a day-to-day basis, because that's all anybody can actually really ask for, especially if they expect you to go to fucking work when you're sick. That's our life, or that was my life. And now I'm trying to find, I'm done with all that. So, why is it? Even with the immigrants, every job isn't fully staffed to do all the jobs in that place. Ask yourself. We can get back to it. Love everybody. Good luck to all. To each their own. I love everybody until they give me an actual good reason to not love them. That's a part of me. I want to get to know a part of you. So hopefully I might roll through your town someday.